Well, for the first one, TNT secures the #1 spot in the Philippine Cup, and we've been, seeing a lot of good things for this TNT squad and Coach Chot Reyes. They're 10-1, lost only one game in that Philippine Cup, and they're going to be having a 1 week rest coming into the playoffs. So that's going to be a good thing for them. But last week they were 2-0, beating Northport and Alaska, and Mikey Williams has been getting his rhythm. He's been scoring a lot for them. Jason Castro, a little bit of a facilitating role for them. But you can see a lot of players getting the rhythm as well. They have R.R. Pogoy and Troy Rosario averaging almost 11 points per game.
Carlo, I don't think there's any doubt that after that elimination round that maybe at least based on what we've seen, TNT are probably the hottest team in the league at the moment.
Well, their dominance was not accidental, to say the least, for the TNT Tropang Liga. We've always known that they have a pretty solid offensive team. But when you add to that the kind of defense that they're playing with Kelly Williams, in the middle of it all, when you have R.R. Pogoy defending, Brian Neruela is a great defender. Mikey Williams does his own job in defending as well. When you have Jason Castro coming off the bench and filling in the role of just that backstop, that emergency button that you press whenever you need someone that would calm everyone down. This TNT looking so good as we head into the playoffs.
He mentioned that Jason Castro is now more of a facilitator, and I think that's the plus side of having a guy like Mikey Williams to be able to score in the backcourt. Your thoughts on Jason actually being more of a big role player right now compared to what we are used to him being?
Look, I don't think it matters what Jason Castro has done in the entire elimination round. What matters is he will be fresher. He will be fresh heading into the playoffs. Because in the PBA bubble, if you remember what happened in the PBA bubble in Clark, pagdating nila dun sa playoffs, in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, inaabutan na ng pagod si Jason Castro because he played so many minutes in the elimination round just to make sure that they will get a nice position heading into the quarterfinals. He was not able to play as he was not healthy come the finals against Barangay Ginebra, but now the entrance of Mikey Williams has saved Jason Castro's legs. Fine, you will have games where Jason Castro would score 2 points or would not score at all. He may average 11 points in a ball game, but come playoff time, expect the best coming from the Blur.
Iba talaga si Jason Castro. Now let's move on to our #2 team, Jegs.
Well, the #2 team, as of now, Meralco, they've been playing well this past week, even without their star players. Chris Newsom and Cliff Hodge out due to health and safety protocol. So with Meralco coming into this week, they just need one win in order for them to get that #2 spot in the playoffs. And everybody wants that #1 or #2 spot because you're going to have a twice-to-beat advantage coming into the playoffs.
Right now they have health problems, as mentioned, Carlo, and still you have guys like Mac Bello stepping up and all of these other contributors that siguro, looking at them, they're not necessarily the biggest stars, but then they're doing the job for Coach Norman.
Of course, everyone just stepping up. Anjo Karam stepping up. You have Travis Jackson stepping up. So when you're missing the services of your top point guard in Chris Newsom, tapos injured pa si Aaron Black, someone else has to do the job. Now the challenge is for Meralco is that, as Diego Dario said, they need to win one of two, just one of two, because they have win over the other against the Magnolia, Hot Shots, Pambansang Manok. Kailangan lang nila ng isang panalo. The problem is, and we don't have the schedule yet of the PBA, odds are they will be playing on back-to-back days. It will be Wednesday and Thursday versus Barangay Ginebra and the NLEX Road Warriors. So, if you lose that first game, you will be tired come that second game, right? And your opponent, Ginebra or NLEX, depending on the schedule, will be fresh. So there is a lot of pressure on Meralco to win that game on Wednesday to seal the deal, because you do not want to get into that last game, especially if that last game is Ginebra that is in desperate need of a win just to give themselves a shot at the playoffs. Meralco needs that win on Wednesday.
And they're missing players as well, so that's going to be very crucial for Meralco.
It's going to be a dogfight for sure, and it's not done yet. So Meralco want to seal that top 2 spot, and given their injury problems, it's going to be an issue if they don't have all their pieces in the playoffs. Of course, now we're going to our last point here, Jegs.
Well, for Magnolia, the #3 team as of the moment, but if Meralco loses their 2 games, Magnolia will go up to that #2 spot. But last week, they beat Northport in a crucial game, a buzzer beater game winner by Calvin Abueva, and that a little bit of a miscue there by Northport on the last second. And they beat San Miguel as well. Paul Lee scoring 32 points in that game against San Miguel. So that's a good sign for Magnolia coming into the playoffs, since angas ng Tondo is getting his rhythm back.
Jeds, ang bait mo naman. The miscue at the end of that,
Miscue
play.
lang.
You know what, Jegs? Even if you say it's a miscue, Coach Pidoja Renzo still loves you.
Okay, I know that. Kasi positivity lang tayo eh. That's what Coach Pido said in their last interview.
That's true. But then you brought up si Paul Lee. Paul Lee scoring his highest point total for Magnolia in a win this time around. How crucial is it for Paul Lee to be firing at all cylinders at the right time for this Magnolia team?
He hurt his hamstring in the last game, in their last game in Pasig against the Terra Firma Jeep. And we've seen ups and downs throughout his performance in the PBA restart in Pampanga. Paul Lee will be the first to tell you that his body isn't responding as well as it did before the restart because he really prepared. No? He changed his diet, worked out extra hard. So pinaghanda niya talaga itong conference na to in the PBA. And his field goal shooting was also a roller coaster. So seeing him firing on all cylinders, as you said, and doing it against a great defensive team in the San Miguel Beermen with a lot of great players, with Chris Ross, one of the top defenders in the entire PBA, at least in guards, defending him, that should be a great sign for Magnolia moving forward.